Okay, since last time we talked about the firmware update, the last one was previous to June 6th, 30th. And the only change I could find was one of the menu options where you had the option for languages. That was removed with a display. In fact, let me just illustrate it here. Menu. I think it was around 44. Let's just find out. No, I passed it. Okay. Okay, version I've already uploaded to 702, which is the newest one. There you go, brightness. Number 33, where it was language, English or Chinese, Mandarin. When you update it, you may just see the language that you originally had, but when you go to set it, then it will change to 1 to 5. Okay, so you can see the brightness. Good, that's a good feature. Okay, now I have come back and had some time, so I've updated all my H3s to July 02, I believe it was. And of course, like before, I had to use my MacBook Pro in Windows, booting from Windows. I believe this is Windows 10. I mentioned that last time when I was using Chirp or using OD Master, there are about a half a dozen or more settings that would change every time I did an update through those apps, or save, or read and write. I got kind of annoyed with that, having to do that, especially with so many updates. So I decided, let me do it on the Windows and see if it has the same issue. But before I do that, I'm going to use this and show you on the update. I do find it kind of funny the way to do it, but it's done. Okay, you turn it off, have the unit turned off. Come on. Oh, I guess there we go. And just normal press. And let's launch the application, which I believe is this one. Let me see if the COM port is there. Yeah, it's good. I'm going to hit open file. And this is July 2nd. Yeah, open. Now, to start the firmware update, your radio has to be turned off. Your Kenwood plugged in has to be off. You hit the start button and then hold one of the transmit buttons and power on. And the minute you see the bar moving, you don't have to hold the push to talk. And I've updated all my radios first, but there we go. As you can see, if I did this on any changes on Chirp or made a setting changing, it would default to 6 or 7 parameters that I keep changing. So I'm going to show you the program you can use on Windows and avoid that issue. Hopefully one day OD Master will be in sync with their Windows version. Okay, I like to power off before I pull the plug off. Okay, and I'm going to close this out. And I'm going to open the H3. Okay. Let me plug this back in again. I could have left it in for this particular program, but there's a good habit I have. Power up. Let me verify that it's found the COM port. Yep, is good. I do a read. No password involved. Okay, and close. So frequencies, and here is the option features. So whatever setting you put in here, you also have A and B channel. So, and of course the FM. Initially, it had the forbid receive. I turned it off. Okay, and then of course the last one is your kill and codes. One thing I have to show here, I have the code on there already, so I don't want to open it up. But on OD Master, if I enter a 4-digit code or 6 and then read it back, the last digit or 2 is different from what I entered. So on OD Master, the kill and stun does not work. On this one, I put in the code. In this case was 4-digit, then read it back, and no changes were made. So if you're going to use that, this is the app to do for now. Now, if I do a write, okay, close. And if I do a read again, look at your settings, and none of them changed. Okay, close, and even on my radio, nothing has changed. So I don't have to go in now and make half a dozen parameter changes every time I do a read or write using OD Master. So I thought that'd be something to know if you reach a point where you get frustrated with that. There's a lot of updates. I wish they provided a text file or something to explain what changes were made, if it was just a bug fix or if they added a new feature. I haven't been able to find any of that, so I can't tell you other when I discover something. I put a video out this yesterday about the TidRadio antenna, the large one, 15-inch. I was impressed, and I still am impressed with that particular antenna. However, I noticed the rubber duckies were a little bit on high side, and I remember having 1 or 2 of them, and I think they were from my H8, where the SWR was good. So I'm gonna dig those out and test it. But in the meantime, I'm in communication with TidRadio. I had a few questions. I'm gonna ask them if the antenna tuning for the H3 and the H8 are the same, and if you pick a GMRS model or a ham model, are the antenna tuning the same? There was a comment online, I believe on TidRadio, that they experienced high SWR a little bit, like the one I've been showing, and they reordered the antennas for GMRS. So apparently he had a ham antenna, a rubber ducky, and ordered a GMRS rubber ducky, and he said the SWR was correct. Unfortunately, there's no markings anywhere on this antenna if it's tuned just for the ham bands or GMRS. I get the impression this antenna is like a default antenna, which is good from like 136 to 450, basically. So if that's the case and there isn't one available tuned to just the ham bands, like the 2 meter and 70 centimeters, I may have to modify one of these. I'll find out where the resonant frequency is, and hopefully maybe just cutting the tip would be enough without having to go inside. But I'll get the information first, and once I find that out, I'll let you guys know. I do appreciate if you subscribe. It encourages me to continue on finding features that I think you might enjoy or like to be made aware of, and hit thumbs up. Apparently, YouTube kind of ignores me unless I receive thumbs up. So that would be appreciated. And if you have any questions, feel free to enter in the comments. The comments are open.